stop. Nadine, is what you taught what you believe? Like, do you really? Tell me about what you were taught and what you believe. Do you still believe that? And if so, why or why not?
Hello and welcome to Lady Wisdom Speaks Academy. My name is Dr. Catherine Constant and I am the author of the book Lady Wisdom Speaks. Well, I'm so happy to be here with you today because we were talking about wisdom and we're talking about the difference between truth and lies. This morning in my Instagram live program, Lady Wisdom Speaks on Instagram at 7:30 a.m. in the morning. We're talking really deep issues about truth and about wisdom and the fact that we need to live our lives following our core values. Well, it just so happened that on Saturday I attended this event as I was going through my Instagram feed. Sponsored by Monica Cost, talking about shifted and knowing how to identify our core values. How do we know what we believe? How are we going to tell the difference between truth and a lie unless we understand why we believe what we believe? And you know, wisdom really helps to define that for us. As we look to wisdom, wisdom will give us clues as to what is right and what is not right. Hallelujah. So I was looking at this and it said shifted, the core value company. I first met Monica Cost at the A Maven's World Conference where she shared her book and her ginger bear.
Hi, it's Anna Foster coming from the Maven's World 7th Annual Women's Conference here in Boston, Massachusetts. I am excited to start off 2019 reclaiming her story, and I hope you will do the same. Happy New Year, everybody.
Yes, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
And it's a great success so far.
Thank you.
Yeah. Hello, I see that you have ginger beer.
Ginger beer, yes.
Yes.
And this is called ginger bear, like bear essentials.
And tell me a little bit about it.
Yeah, so I love ginger beer, but I don't like the sugar or the preservatives. So I started making my own with organic blue agave. And what I noticed is not only did it taste so delicious, but also it helped me with my digestive system as well as my joint pain. Yeah, I'm Monica Cost, by the way. So check out gingerbear.com.
Do you have a, so this is you? Oh, this is great. My subscribers would love this.
Yes, I also wrote a book called The Things I Used to Do to Sneeze, and it's a book about living your most authentic life by identifying your core values.
Oh, yes, yes, yes. Come, let me get a little closer to you. Now, she's up our alley, isn't she? All right. And so tell us, what got you started to thinking about this?
Oh my goodness. Well, what I really do for a living is help people move from point A to point B. But one of those things happens to be also in the health realm, that I think people should be healthier. But this was for me originally, but people started to like it, so I decided to share it.
Wow, wow. Yeah, because my parents are from the West Indies.
Yes.
From Montserrat.
Yes, I've been approved at least by, let's see, my friend from the Bahamas, from Haiti, and Jamaica.
Wow.
They said the ginger beer was delicious.
Yes. Yes, so I'm going to taste this. I'm going to try this out, and I want you to check out her website. What is your website?
TheCoreValueCompany.com. We're launching a new site on January 26th. Please check us out. A lot of good information, free information on there.
All right. As you can see, Monica is trying to help to keep us real. She tells us to pepper, to really sneeze, to in her book, she talks about sneezing. She talks about sprinkling pepper to help stir up things, to help us to shift, to get into the position that we need to be in. So let's think a little deeper. And without having an understanding of truth and wisdom and reality, hallelujah, then we won't know how to identify our core values. And Monica had this wonderful introduction, I would say, of her company, the shift that she's taking. And she also had the former New England Patriot BU graduate and State Street Corp senior executive Paul Francisco joining her, and he was the moderator.
You know, I always want to take the opportunity, and Paul's been a tremendous supporter to me, and I'll mention that in our remarks. And I've been lucky to be close to him for a number of years, so you know, I appreciate the friendship. You know, your book. That's sometimes the best thing to say about my book. All right, so forward. So get ready for a very stimulating conversation this evening. Are you all ready to get shifted? Yeah! Let's do it.
He helped us get through the process of understanding what Monica is all about.
Was that I didn't understand my core values. I didn't understand the foundation of who I was. Because I know people say, you know, we lost our way, but when did we really know our way, right? At what point? It's kind of like Make America Great Again. When was it, right? But the reality is, if you think about it, at what point in our lives do people say, hold on, stop, Nadine, is what you taught what you believe? Like, do you really, tell me about what you were taught and what you believe. Do you still believe that? And if so, why or why not? How many times are we regurgitating what was taught? Well, because my mother always said it, right? And you try really hard to fit into the thing that your mother always said because you respect her and you love her. Or a mentor, somebody you really respect said, you know, you really got to stretch and get out there. So you're trying to stretch and get out there, but you are miserable stretching and getting out there. Why? Because you're not doing it your way. So I realized that my core values, I mean, when I looked at all the areas of my life, financially, emotionally, relationally, spiritually, professionally, parentally, I was value misaligned. I was not in line with who I was. So I was creating for myself what I call value confrontations. So that means that I was literally going against the way I normally operate or the way I prefer to operate every single day.
Hello, I am here with Liz Baggett, and we're here at Monica Cost event. It's called Shifting here. And I just wanted her to tell me, why does she think this work is important, and why does she think it's important to be working with Monica on this occasion?
Well, I think it's very important, the content itself. It's important for people to realize and be aware of their day-to-day and how their core values just align.
But you enjoy working with her.
I love working with Monica.
And you enjoy
yes.
the idea of core values and
Yes.
people working from their core values.
Yes,
right?
it's very important.
And has that worked for you?
It has changed my way of thinking, and it's just caused me to pause before I react, and I think that's important to do.
Yeah, well, that's really good. That's what it's all about,
Yes,
right?
it is.
Shifting. Thank you. And it was Saturday, January 26th. And it was a wonderful experience being there with her and with the others. So let me show you a little bit of what happened this evening of thinking about our core values and thinking a little different, thinking a little deeper about what we believe in and why we believe it.
So get ready for a very stimulating conversation this evening. Are you all ready to get shifted? Let's do it.
Was that I didn't understand my core values. I didn't understand the foundation of who I was.
How does that come about? Does that come through self-awareness, does that come through reflection, does that come through meditation? So you mentioned that people, would come to you for advice, right? So does that mean that you're a career coach, a personal coach, or a life coach? Is that what you are?
Yeah. I am not a life coach, although I do believe that the teachings provide help for people in their lives. But life coaches hold your hand through things. People who know me know that I'm not much of a hand. No. But I do care about your process. But I'm not going to give you homework and see if you did it. We're going to have a conversation. I'm going to ask you some questions, and then you'll do something we want, right? Because the reality is I'm never going to have the whole story. So I don't know if it's your time to move. I just need you to have all the information that you need to make it move if you want to.
And then the good thing, what I know for sure, is that we have wisdom. Wisdom from the Bible, wisdom from Proverbs. And Lady Wisdom says the beginning of wisdom is the fear and the awe of God, knowing that there is someone greater than ourselves and that He's given us the manual, a way of living. Wisdom is for everyone. Wisdom just shows us how to be just, how to treat others well, how to walk in peace. And if we use wisdom as our guide, as our compass, I know that things are going to go well for us. We're going to be able to make wise and sound decisions. Hello, and your name is?
DeAndrea Anderson.
And I just met you and found out that you're all the way from Chicago.
Yes.
We're here in Boston. Why was it important for you to be a part of this movement, this shift?
Yeah, so I heard Monica speak some time ago and have literally followed her and saw her evolve to this place now. And it's been transforming for me and helping me rethink things differently and not just following the path of what I thought was right based off of other people's values, but to understand my own and then help me live in who I'm supposed to be is why I'm here. I love it. Every time I hear her, I consider something a little bit more, and it's helping me to evolve.
Yes, that's great. So it's helping you to dig a little bit deeper, to become more self-aware of why you do and say the things you do, and what is your true value, what you value in life, right?
Yes, and frankly change how I raise my own children. So not to so much impose what I think they should be doing, but to instead support them in what they think they want to do.
Yeah, and then I think too, we also help to guide our children through, because we're examples of how it is to live an authentic life, don't you think?
Absolutely.
Yes,
absolutely.
Well, it was so great to meet you.
It was a pleasure.
Yes, and I think that many people need to think a little more deeper and be a little bit more authentic and also reach out and be kind to others too.
Yeah.
And I love the fact that we shared a question together that was really, really deep.
It was. But you can be kinder once you're happy with who you are.
Yes.
So figuring out who you are and what's important to you makes it a lot easier.
Yes. Well, it was great meeting you.
It was.
Safe travels.
Thank you. Take care.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Wisdom helps us to discern truth from lies. Wisdom is the principal thing. And as we pursue wisdom, we'll be able to understand what our core values are and then be able to make those sound and good decisions to help us to bless others, that we will be successful in whatever we do.
Was coming up the street. See, you're just shaking your head, you know what I mean? And so as they approached the woman, the grandfather tipped his hat to her. So when they got further down the road, the grandmother goes ballistic on the grandfather. I can't believe you tipped your hat to her. Do you know what she does in the neighborhood? Blah, blah, blah. And the grandfather says to her, I tip my hat to her not because of who she is, but because of who I am. Our values are they're not. Am I holding the door for a thank you? Or am I holding the door because I value consideration? So now I can hold the door. Does it irritate me for 2 seconds? Yes, but what does it tell me? That we are not value aligned. The person and I who I held it, I don't care. It is not my job to convert everyone to my core value system. Right? Ginger beer. I love ginger. I didn't like the sugar that was in it. I also also used to suffer from a lot of neck pain and cracking joints, and I tried this ginger beer in DC at one, I don't know, maybe 6 months ago now. It was delicious. But then when I was looking at all the ginger beers in the market, there's so much sugar in them. So this gentleman in DC taught me how to make the ginger beer, and then I started letting my friends taste it. And if you like ginger, you know, it's not for everybody. And again, that's one of these things. There was a woman actually at Anna's conference. Where's Anna? At an amazing conference 3 weeks ago now, beginning of January. And there was a woman who tasted the ginger beer. She was like, and I think Nadine maybe said, oh, is it delicious or something? Do you like it? And she was looking at us like, are you crazy? Like, did you just poison me? Am I going to die? There's no offense. Because the way I walk this earth is with an understanding that I don't need the validation of agreement with how I operate in order to exist in my confidence.
So, your name is?
Marie Huff.
Marie Huff. And Marie, why are you here at this event here, Shifted with Monica Cost?
Absolutely. I think us as individuals, we are forever learning. And when we hear something that causes to pause, or we hear something that causes to reflect about our own values, our own core values, what makes us tick, what makes us angry, and actually listen and kind of be aware of those feelings and evaluate them and see what that shifts, so we know what to do next. So that's why I'm very happy to be here to support her.
Well, that's great. I think it was a wonderful evening, and I really liked the questions. They asked different questions and really helped people to think about their values and their core values. Don't you think?
Absolutely, absolutely. And sometimes we don't really give it thought. So until someone brings it up in such a way that it brings pause, that you actually have to have time and do some homework and reflect. So I think it was a great, great event.
Yeah. Well, it was great meeting you
Same
as
here,
well.
same
Have
here.
a good ride
Thank
home.
you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Bye.
Something comes to you and like, that is it, and that is the thing. But then it happened to me with Shifted. And I feel like throughout 2018, I kept having conversations with people about, I mean, it spanned the gamut from people who didn't know they were racist, to people who were stuck not knowing how to lose the weight they gained over years, to people not knowing what they wanted to do in their lives next, to people who had lost loved ones and weren't sure how to move forward, to people who had been single for a long time and wondered, am I relationship material? So they were stuck in this pattern of something, pattern of thinking, pattern of choice, pattern of doing, pattern of, right, this pattern, this thing that, you know, it's hard to question what we think we know, right? It's hard for somebody to tell you that the sun's really blue, right? They're like, what? No, not even considering it. But if for a moment, we think for a moment, could the thing that we believe possibly be wrong? And what would that look like? And what would it mean to my life if it were wrong? Because a lot of the places where we're stuck are just, you know, somebody put a meme up, but it's a commitment to the old way of doing things, right? And why do we get stuck? We're fearful of what people will say if we do what we want to do. Sometimes we're fearful of failure, right? And I sit on the board of an organization called the Efficacy Institute, and one of my favorite quotes is that failure is no indicator of your ability, simply a need to adjust your strategy. Think about that for a second. Failure is not an indicator that you can't. That's with anything, relationships, doing jumping jacks, doing push-ups, riding a bike, whatever it is. It's not an indicator, it just means your process isn't what it needs to be. And so Shifted is about getting unstuck and recognizing where it is that we need to move.
Deep. Deep. Our website, if you haven't visited the website, I highly encourage you to do so. She's had, as she calls it, a quilted career, and I love that. I love that. A quilt, right, is a experiences that together, patched together, mean something, do something, create something. And there was a question that we grappled with. I was part of the Blue Team earlier about everything happens for a reason. And we had a heated debate, and I was one of the dissenting voices that didn't agree with that statement. Then we arrived at a place where we kind of all agreed and sort of said, it really depends how you approach it, your station in life, what the perspective is, how you're looking at it. Are you looking from the left side, or are you looking at it from the right side? So Monica, in your quilted life career, tell us a little bit about how that's come about. I mean, you talk about your roots from Philadelphia.
Yeah.
You've been in corporate, you've been an entrepreneur, you've been successful at every sort of stage of your life and your career, for the most part, and by others, perspective. So tell us a little bit about how you quilted your experience.
Yeah, so I won't belabor the story, but the reason why it's important to me is, one, I didn't know what my story was going to be, but now looking back in the rearview mirror, I feel like the lessons from it, the lessons from it and the journey that I took landed me right here, right now. So I grew up in Philadelphia with, and some of you have heard this story, I apologize, but I'm going to make it quick. I grew up in Philadelphia with my mom and my younger sister, a single parent home, but not a broken home. I want to be clear to say that. And I was the kid that followed all the rules, that lived into everyone else's expectations. Monica's going to be polite, she's going to be appropriate, she's going to get good grades, and then she's going to graduate from high school, she's going to get married, she's going to have children, she's going to buy a house, she's going to be successful, right? This is the path that she'll take. And because the expectations that were set out for me were societal good expectations, I followed them. The problem with that for me was twofold. One is when people have such high expectations of you without your agreement, you want to live into them, and so sometimes you don't take the risk you would take because you're scared of not being the success that people expect you to be. So then I graduated in high school. I got really good at math, and so I majored in finance at Hampton University, and got into a career in finance, and then I got married to a wonderful human being. I had 2 children, and was progressing in the corporate arena, working for Fortune 500 companies, ended up being the first Black commercial real estate broker woman, first Black female commercial real estate broker in the state of Massachusetts in 2006. Unbeknownst to me, it was something just that happened. I had no clue. I just knew when I was an administrator at Cushman & Wakefield, I was looking at the escrow checks of the brokers. I was like, what do they do? What's that check about? What do you do to get that? And so when I started hanging out with the brokers, I was like, I think I could do it. So then I transitioned, I shifted into brokerage, and it was a wonderful experience for so many reasons, and it also helped me pave the way for the work that I'm doing. But the marketing person at the time just happened to notice. He's like, I think you're like the first. And I'm like, the first what? Where? And when he said that in 2006, I'm like, what? And then, so anyway, around the age of 35, I feel like it was almost like a moment where I woke up and I was just like, wait, hold on. I get the life that I have. People are giving, oh my God, you're so blessed. Life looks great. And I was like, well then what's this feeling in my belly? What's this feeling of unfulfillment that keeps popping up every single day that I have to try to go home and swallow so that I can wake up being as happy as the world told me I should be? And so I shifted. In that moment, I shifted and I said, there has to be more, but I don't even know what the problem is. So I counter to that, or parallel to that, in 1997, I am the person, or have been the person in my life, Oprah says, always look for the common thread. And in that, I've been the person that my friends come to for, and coworkers come to for a reasonableness check, right? Am I going too far to the right, to the left? Should I break this camera? Should I throw my computer out the window? Should I say these things, right? And after giving advice for so long, then it became managers and people that I wouldn't expect to come to me for advice. And finally, a friend of mine said, "When are you going to start charging people? You're changing the trajectory of people's lives." And I was like, "Dude, who charges for advice?" And she was like, "Oh, sweetie." Lots of people tell me consultant, right? And lo and behold, she was right. So I put together a workshop and I started the company, but I ran it part-time because in my vision, I don't know that I really saw myself doing, I didn't know how to make that shift.
You know, wisdom, Lady Wisdom says that the fear and knowledge is the beginning of wisdom. So if you don't know God and you want to know Him a little better, I would recommend that you read the book of Proverbs, that you gain that wisdom and get an understanding of how and why you should follow the ways of wisdom. Yes. Yeah, and you'll be very, very successful. Know why you believe what you believe. And I thank Monica for sharing that, for opening up this discussion, helping us to think a little deeper about why we believe the things we believe, looking at our core value. Now, you know, I don't know if she's a believer in Jesus or not, but we all need wisdom. We all need wisdom. We all need to know why we believe what we believe. Well, if you like this video, then like, share, and subscribe. Comment down below. What are your core values? What is keeping you steady? What are you using as your compass to help you through life? Well, I recommend wisdom. Yes, and Lady Wisdom can be found in the book of Proverbs, which is the manual for living. Well, Lady Wisdom says that you're wonderful, you're beautiful, you're God's gift to the world. So go on out there and shine and let the world know that you believe in wisdom. Yes, and see you next time on Lady Wisdom Speaks Academy. Bye. Remember to subscribe to Lady Wisdom Speaks Academy on YouTube. Be blessed.